What's good? Thank y'all for joining in and attending the 2 Pennies, 2 Cents podcast. I'm your host, Nino. First of all, thank the great man upstairs for another day of me being able to get out and about and make it back home in one piece. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please, everybody, click that like button. Please continue to keep them subscriptions coming because I really appreciate y'all on there. Thank you very much. From my deepest heart, appreciate y'all. To my fans, my followers, and my listeners, hey man, keep dropping that information. Keep being informative. Keep giving me topics. I mean, like I say, every day I wake up now, I am inspired. I'm inspired, and it's just a big aspiration because besides going to work, I'm also thinking, okay, well now, what will my listeners, what will my followers, what will my fans want me to discuss, or what topic will they email me or text me about? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, this topic I'm talking about is a couple of my fans are health fanatics. And I mean health fanatics. A couple of them are trying to go and be massage therapists. A couple of them are just trying to go be trainers in the gym. But they are health fanatics. So they both like a certain type of exercise or regimen that they like to attend to, or they like to complete on a daily basis. So they asked me, in my opinion, in my point of view, to differentiate, compare the two. What's better fitness? Lifting weights or cycling? Again, what is the better fitness? Lifting weights or cycling? First of all, I'm going to start out with my little keynotes. A healthy diet, lots of steamed vegetables, chicken steams or baked. Don't go and get nothing fried. Let the vegetable oil and all of that go on about this little business. We have to be natural. You have to have a healthy diet, but you have to eat. You have to have a lot of calories. You have to eat a lot of vegetables. Also, you have to eat a lot of protein when you're involving yourself in certain exercise regimens or exercise things that you're doing, such as cycling and weight work or lifting weights, because you're going to take a lot out, so you have to put a lot in, and it's going to take great strength to your muscles, great energy to your muscles. But again, how you eat, a healthy diet. Also, when you're drinking your drinks, such as possibly Powerade or Gatorade, make sure you get a lot of them electrolytes. You have to have a lot of electrolytes because, again, you're going to be pouring sweat. It's going to be coming out your pores. So once you getting that work in and getting down with it, you got to be putting it back because, the more you sweat is good, but you still need to be having a good little drink to drink, such as Gatorade or Powerade, but make sure it is loaded with a lot of electrolytes. And keep the natural Powerade or Gatorade. I did some research. Everybody wants to run when they go to the store and grab the diet Gatorade or Powerade. No. That's a big no-no. I have done my research. Actually, they said just the regular natural, not the diet, not the less, because I know people think the diet is going to be less sugar, but it's also been proven that sugar is in the diet Gatorade or Powerade too. Also, people, you have to be able to sleep. That is one of the key things. Involve yourself, stay consistent with your sleeping patterns. You have to get rest because much as you putting in that hard work, you have to rest some muscles. Recovery time is a big big key too. It's a big, big must that you have to do. If you're doing all this training where you cycling or doing weight work and you're not getting no rest, actually your muscles won't build right. Actually, you'll be crippling yourself more than you are helping yourself. You'll be taken away from yourself. You have to sleep. But see, people, think about it. Once you get through with some good weight work or cycling, you're going to be tired anyway. So get you a sleep pattern. Stay consistent with that sleep pattern. If you working out, working a job and working out every day, and you trying to get into bed between 10 and 6, get you 8 hours of good quality rest, stick to that all the time. Don't fall off. Don't miss an hour. Don't one night sleep 10 to 6 and then another night you come in and you probably hit the sack about 12 or 1. No. Your body only is going to respond to the routine that it's given. So if it's 10 to 6, try to get everything you got to get done with working out, your job, dealing with your kids, if your wife if you're married, dealing with your wife. Y'all know you have home duties, you have other things to do, but make sure you done got showered up, got in that bed. And I'm speaking on this for ladies and men. This is just not for men. This is for ladies and men. Ladies are now doing a lot of weight work. Ladies are doing cycling. Ladies are doing CrossFit. But anyway, get you a sleep pattern. Multivitamins. Take you a supplement that's very good. That's high in a lot of like energy. Also, when you buy the supplement, read all the ingredients. Like, does it have biotin or all kind of little vitamins or compounds in it? Read your bottle. See what you're putting in your body, because you might can even do some research, because a lot of it will give you energy. But you got to remember, everybody's body is different. The chemistry, the chemicals are different. So if you go and see your friend or your ally or your colleague, and this again is ladies and men that go get some supplement and you see it works for them, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. That's why I say read, see what you're putting in your body, and then then you go from there. But it can work. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Both weight work and cycling can contribute to achieving better physical condition. It's great. I know a person that did it both. They did weight work one day, and then the next day they did cycling, because they was not only trying to get strong and semi-bulk up, but they was trying to get their cardiovascular and get their wind up. Only thing about that is you really have to eat, because see, you're going to burn lifting weights. You're going to burn a little weight, but you really burning when you cycling, because basically cycling doesn't build up nothing on your body, basically, but your legs. I mean, your arms, they're not really going to get toned on cycling. Your body, but your endurance and everything will go up when you're cycling. But I know, as I said, I know a person that did both of them, and they was coming along pretty good. I mean, it worked a little bit, but they had to kind of eat a lot, because they was not only trying to bulk up, but they was trying to have long wind. And see, that kind of contrasts. You got to really be eating again, but you have to be having your sleep patterns and everything. But they looked at pretty decent. I think he finally rounded out when he got to his top peak weight. He was about around 6'3" and about 210 pounds, which that's a nice size. That's an athletic guy. But he wanted to get a little bigger than that. But he was doing the weight work. But then he did the cycling too, because he wanted to again be strong, have his muscle tone and build, but also he wanted to build up his wind and have his endurance top peak. Muscle growth and strength. That's what I'm saying. While cycling improves your cardiovascular fitness. It also contributes to your muscle toning. So, it's pretty good. Now, you got to remember, people, if you ever watch the Tour de France, you've seen them cyclists that train a lot and they be on their bicycles and everything. They be big, though. They be big. A lot of their weight is down low and they're kind of just toned up there. But them guys be super fit because if you get into cycling and get heavy into it and want to be a long distance cycler, then you have to, of course, you will build yourself up. But see, that's what I'm saying. You have to do a little strength training too, because I'm talking about long distance cycling. I'm talking about riding 20, 30 miles. You're going to build yourself up with a little weight training. But it's all good how you feel. But lifting weights, okay, muscle growth and strength. That's what weights do. Mostly people that want to work with weights or does weight work, they want to semi-bulk up, but then they want to have overall strength. But they want their muscles to be big and toned. They want their whole body basically disassembled with muscle tone. They want to cut the fat, which you're going to do because even in weight work, you're burning a lot of fat. That's why you have to eat a lot of calories. You are burning so much fat. But they want to be toned, built, and chiseled. Cut, ripped. I'm talking about definition from their legs to their thighs to their glutes to their core, their stomach. Have that tight six pack to their chest. To their pecs, to all that. That's what weight work do. And, let's keep it a buck. When a man got his weight work down and he's been in that gym very, very seriously, and it shows the women that love him. Because believe me, women love a very toned, chiseled body. Lifting weights is not nothing but resistance training. That's why it builds your body up. Because you're going against the grain. You're defying gravity. You're lifting something. A lot of times, even when you're doing basic squats, say you have 250 pounds. You have on a bar. If you say you have, 250 pounds of plates, and then another 30 pounds is the bar, plus your body weight. So you see, that's a lot of resistance. And say if you squatting that, doing proper squats, that's great toning. That will build up your whole body. But you have to, again, stay with the keynotes that I mentioned to have the proper results you want. You have to have that healthy diet. You have to have that sleeping regimen. Make sure you're taking that multivitamins and that supplement. And, also, besides drinking a lot of electrolytes, some of the best things to do when you're doing weight work or cycling is good old-fashioned H2O, water. Water is 3/4 of your body, so you can't miss it at that. I know a lot of people are going to say, ugh, I just don't like the taste of water. But you have now water comes in all kind of little packages that have flavor. Me, myself, I still love the taste of good old-fashioned this cold water. Not too cold. You don't want it too cold. A little cold, basically tap. But I just like the good old-fashioned taste of nice, good water, especially when I'm exhausted and been sweating and fatigued and been working a little bit. Weight work, along with cycling, but especially weight work, increases your metabolism. That, again, is not nothing but burn. So when your metabolism increases, you're going to eat more. You ever notice why a lot of guys that do serious weight work can eat so much a day, and you can say they can eat 3 square meals, and each of them meals might have, sometimes if they are serious at chunking that iron, and I'm talking about serious, just doing all the time. Each meal might be packed with 2,000 to 3,000 calories. A lot of calories. 3 square meals. But that's them going in the gym and working out every day, 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes every day. Sometimes, they break it down. They'll have this their leg day. Sometimes they'll have their shoulder day. Sometimes they'll have their core day, Sometimes they'll just work on their legs. It's all different. And again, I'm saying guys, but this goes for ladies too. Because don't think them ladies ain't getting it in. As I said, I see them. Women are at all kind of transformation in gyms, getting their work in. And guys, don't get it twisted. I know you think most of the ladies are just working on them glutes, and it shows, but now they getting proper tone. I'm talking about stomach flat like an ironing board. Flat, real flat. I'm talking about looking beautiful, ladies. Keep up the good work. Cycling and weight work can lead to weight loss. Cycling really will lead to weight loss. But see, this is proper weight loss. Also with weight work, or lifting weights, because you are burning so much. Now, I have did a little bit of cycling myself. Me and a partner of mine, a schoolmate of mine, and I think we went and rode maybe 20, 25 miles. I think we was going about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. Man, when I tell you that was one of the most grueling workouts I had in a long time. I'm talking about, and even though it's not straight so much resistance, like weight work or like lifting work, still your body gets a full blast of work. I mean, man, I remember we went one day, I believe it was on the weekend, maybe a Saturday or Sunday. By the time I got back home, he went his way. I came in and showered, and I think me and the couch became very mutual the rest of that day until the next morning when I went to work, and I was still feeling it 2 or 3 days after that. Serious cycling work along with weight work or lifting weights, also you need recovery time. Give your body some time to get back, because if you do too much and you're not getting that adequate time of sleeping or just resting, much as you think it can be an advantage, it can be a disadvantage. It can harm you more than it can benefit you. Weight work, lifting weights, improve body composition. Well, yeah, because now you're solid, Your shoulders are big, and how a fella looks when he's ripped up, he's built, he's big up here, and then he gets small right here, and then he kind of starts filling out a little bit with his legs because he's toned. And again, that attracts the ladies. A woman loves a man that is built and that is putting his weight in. And if you're not even so much built, it's toned, taking care of your body. Women love that. Strong, masculine, fit. They love that. They love that. Women love that. And really, that's a lot of what the fellas do it for. Also the women too. They do that mostly because they want to get, the comments. They want to get the gratification of it. They want to hear somebody say, "Ooh, you looking good. I see you been in that gym. You're looking marvelous. Keep it up." Nothing wrong with that. You put in work to get the results. Nothing wrong with that at all. Weight training helps to reduce body fat and increase lean muscle mass, leading to more tone and an athletic physique. See, people just don't know why. Weight work will get rid of all that body fat because it's turning to, it's making you stronger. If you see a guy that was real hefty and he goes into the gym and handles his business and gets down like he gets down, man, all that body fat will come into lean muscle. And he's looking good, and he's strong, and he's ripped up, and he's cut. But the transformation of that body fat into lean muscle within months will be more than what the eye can meet. You cannot believe it. It will be a startling makeover. You be like, this guy has really been working. You know, you seen him 6 months ago. He was a healthy guy. He was a big guy, but he was kind of thick. He had a lot of body fat. You see him 4 or 5 months down, he's still a big guy, but he has lean muscle. See, he done turned that fat muscle to lean muscle, in which you have to work even harder because he's still keeping the same weight, but the muscle is lean. So it done went from body to fat to lean muscle. So you have to work hard to still keep that weight up like that. But you seen a total makeover that was just, you know, it was gorgeous. And again, ladies too, because I have seen ladies do their thing in there, nice tone, you know. Still, to me, and I'm not knocking ladies, it just gets to me when a lady is built too much, because I still see a woman that's feminine, you know. I don't want her too much masculine. Now, I like how you go in there and tone all your parts up and take care of yourself. But at the point of getting as big and as muscular as a man, nah, I don't really too much like that. I mean, that's not attractive to me. But I understand now a lot of ladies are in weightlifting competition and everything too. But, you know, it's just that I just see a woman toning herself, but getting huge as a man, and women do that because they are in actually weightlifting competition. It just look funny, you know. Her neck is big, her face, you can see she's really working, but man, and I'm still saying that's a lady, that's a woman. Cycling. Cycling improves cardiovascular health. Again, cycling improves cardiovascular health. And that's what you really get out of cycling. Endurance, speed, you know, you don't never get tired. Your cardiovascular is big. You know, got strength. You're unbelievable with your tension, because the cycling, when you're doing all the miles, now it's not gonna bulk you up all the time, but it's gonna have you toned, very toned. The cardiovascular health is a big component in fighting diabetes, a lot of underlying health conditions, also weight work and weightlifting too. I have did my research. Weight work or weightlifting helps in fighting a lot of underlying diseases, helps in bone density, and keeps you, as you get older, you know, more tuned in. You're not as jittery because you're working yourself. That's why you see, I believe, a lot of men and women, especially men, 50 years old and 50 years and older in the gym putting in that work. Now, they might cannot go hard 2 or 3 hours, but they get in that work, because a lot of men 50 plus don't put in no work. But you see men in that gym putting in that work, getting it done, and they looking great. I believe you can work with the weight, you can cycle as long as your body allow you to. And I know people gonna say, well, it's an age thing. You only feel old as you are. You only feel, don't give me an age, because if you take care of your body, I think you can rock with working in the gym or cycling as long as you want to. Long as the man gives you air in your lungs to breathe, to go about and do your business. Cycling is a great form of cardiovascular exercise, which improves, as I said, heart health and circulation, builds muscle endurance. When that blood is flowing, it's all good. When that blood, and you who all want a healthy heart. And you also know You know, when you build that endurance, it helps you at work. You know, it helps you when you're facing a lot of things, because a lot of stress, if your endurance is long, that stress won't get to you. And also, it helps when you with your little lady and y'all go in that room and them lights cut out. And you got that amazing endurance, and you know, she's looking at you like, wow, what got into you? And it's not nothing, but you've been, you know, on that bike. You know, you ready for round 1, 2, and 3, and she already done tapped out after round 1, and she looking at you like, are you on some kind of male enhancement or anything? And he like, nah, look at me. I just been working out on that cycle. You know, I've been riding that bike. That's that cardiovascular. See, strong heart, strong blood circulation. Hey, when your blood is circulation, what does that do? When your heart is strong, that's endurance. And we know with that blood circulation, if it's circulating great, and we know what it can do when you take that woman in that room, and what the circulation of the blood goes to that one part on a man's body, what's going to happen when he takes that woman in that room and them lights cut out? Cycling, especially at a higher resistance, builds the ability for muscles to work for longer periods without fatigue. You will not get tired. I'm telling you, if you start the cycling, look at people that cycle. I'm talking about, it's a numbers that people that are bicycling or cycling, I know are from ages 15 to probably 65. I have seen it. I have seen people 65, 70 years old riding their bike and look good for their age. You know, they have their little old hat on, their little old helmet they wear in it, but cycling is a big exercise that everybody picks up. Now, everybody's not going to pick up lifting weights, because with lifting weights is a grind. I will say this, both of them are hard, but the weight work is more of a grind, where the cycling is more sexy, if you understand what I'm saying. Even though you're going to get it in riding that bike, but see, you paddling, and again, you giving resistance, because when you're on that bike and riding, you really training against your own body weight. You riding that bike, it's you riding that bike, but it's you, the resistance is getting yourself, because much as you riding that bike 20 or 30 miles, and just your weight that you got on that bike. But bike cycling, that's why when you go to a lot of places, no matter what side of town you see cycle trails, bicycle trails everywhere. And it's healthy from, again, kids to 5 to 15 to 30 to elderly people 65 years old. It's some of the great exercise that even when you get older that an elderly person can do. Every elderly person cannot lift weights. It's just too much of a grind. And they possibly have had some kind of health complication that prohibits them from that. But they can get on that bike, ride at their own speed, and still working that hard, getting that blood circulation, feeling good, and getting a heck of a sweat. Burn so many calories. Burn so many calories. That's why you see cyclists are fit, toned, lean muscle. Their muscles are more lean than people, a man or a woman that's in that gym getting that weight work. Getting that weight work or lifting them weights. Because when you cycling, you burning. And don't let it be a hot day. And you really burning. But you building that endurance. Because again, it's you basically against nature. I have seen people ride their cycle or ride their bike in kind of inclement weather. You know, not dangerous, but with a little rain or a little wind. And just think about it. You riding that bike and you going north, and you riding against the grain, against a nice wind, and you able to conquer riding that bike in that wind for some miles. Think the strength you're going to have a few days later. I mean, hey man, lifting weights and cycling, that's some real strong exercise. That is some real strong exercise. But to sum it up, the better physical fitness, lifting weights, cycling, they're both great physical fitness. They're both good for anybody that can do it. It's good work. And like I say, even the older you get, it's good for the heart. It's good for the muscle tissue. It's good for the blood circulation. It's good because you're burning calories. It's good because you're toning muscles. You building your strength. You can't go wrong lifting weights and cycling. I'll put it to you like this. This is how I would say it. I think lifting weights you can do more better as you're younger and people maybe middle age, but I have seen cycling, you can do that too when you're younger and middle age, but I have even seen elderly people getting down with that helmet and have them a bicycle and they riding at their own pace. And I'm talking about riding possibly 15 to 20 miles. Better physical fitness, lifting weights or cycling. 2 pennies, 2 cents. I'm Nino. This is my podcast.